extremely bored. You could be isolating yourself. You could be keeping yourself from, going out with your friends, or, just busy at work. But I feel like you just want to go on some kind of road trip, maybe. I'm feeling like road trip. Or just something spontaneous for you. Just to bring a little excitement back to your life. So let's get some clarifiers. Tell me about justice for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Why is justice here? Yep, you definitely want adventure in your life. You could be blocking out communication with somebody. There could have been, a player in your life, or you could have had some player-like qualities, and you're starting to realize the error in your ways, or the error in the other person's ways, and you're calling for justice, you're calling for karma. Or if this is you that, was being a player, then you're balancing yourself out. Maybe you're apologizing to people for the way you treated them, or, at least apologizing to yourself for allowing yourself to not connect with people. Clarify the Lovers for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The Lovers. Clarify the Lovers. You have Temperance again. So you're trying to really balance your thoughts when it comes to some kind of choice. You have the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, you could be experiencing nightmares. You could be having trouble sleeping at night, or just whatever that you're trying to balance out for this choice. It could just be, keeping you from sleeping at night because you're thinking so heavily about it. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ace of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Capricorn. Why is the Ace of Swords here? There we go. Queen of Swords. You're cutting out the bullshit of your life. You're being honest with yourself that something needs to change. You could be drinking and realizing that it's preventing you from moving forward in life. Tell me about Temperance for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Clarify Temperance, please. Seven of Cups. Wanting better for your life. Finding moderation if you've been drinking or have any other codependent behaviors. You're wanting better for your life. You realize that there's so much more to life than whatever you're trying to temper out. Clarify the Hermit for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Clarify the Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? Ace of Coins reversed. You could be just going through a breakup. You could have just lost a job recently. Or this could be you wanting to invest in something and you're really going within. Clarify this Ace of Coins. Why is the Ace of Coins here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You could be very bored with your job, honestly. Seven of Swords reversed. This is self-sabotaging. You could have, you know, been irresponsible with your job because of drinking or something that you needed to temper out and you just weren't able to find moderation in time, and now you sabotaged your job. This could also be if recently someone stole money from you, it could be coming back to you, or stole anything for that matter, anything of value could be coming back to you. Clarify the Eight of Wands for Capricorn. Knight of Swords. This is a really quick energy coming in. Clarify the Eight of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Four of Swords. Could be going on vacation. You have Six of Swords reversed at the bottom of the deck. Realizing that, like, whatever this is you're trying to temper out, you realize that you need to find moderation for it, that, you know, it needs to either be, you know, removed from your life or at least, you know, done in moderation, but you're not quite to the point where enough is enough. Like, you know, when smokers always say, well, I gotta quit smoking, you know, right after they buy themselves another pack of cigarettes. I mean, I'm a smoker too. I do it all the time. I constantly say, I need to quit smoking, and I never even make the effort. I realize it needs to be cut out of my life, but I never make the effort. And I feel like that's what's going on here with the Six of Swords reversed. Something needs to be cut out of your life, and you realize that, but you're not making an effort. And there may be some people, you know, friends or family that are coming in, sending you messages, you know, there may be an intervention soon. There's something that's going to happen soon where other people are going to be getting involved because you haven't been making the efforts. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Let's see. Five of Cups reversed. I feel like there's just no remorse for the way you are hurting your loved ones. If this is an addiction that you're dealing with, you may be getting an intervention soon. Whether you feel like it's an issue or not, your family and loved ones do believe it's an issue. And I don't really feel like it's going to get through to you. And I really hope it does. Tell me about this Knight of Cups for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Knight of Cups. Oh, card I forgot to take out. Clarify the Knight of Cups for Capricorn. Strength. You're going to need the strength to get through this, you know. Or this could be your loved ones who are going to need the strength to, you know, show empathy towards you, or if this is somebody in your environment, for you to show empathy towards this person and not completely make them out to be this horrible person. I battled addiction. It's hard. It's so hard. And until you as an addict decide that you want to be clean, it's going to be an endless battle of your loved ones just begging and begging and begging for you to change, to get better. But until you want that change, it's not going to happen. Tell me about this Four of Cups. But you're definitely not, happy with the way your life is right now. So it could be changing very soon. The Queen of Coins, excuse me. This is your energy. So this could go back to the being dissatisfied with your job. You have the Eight of Coins reversed at the bottom of the deck, so I do see this going a couple different ways, so take it how it resonates. If you're dissatisfied with a job, I would find another job first before you quit, but definitely do the work to get out of that workplace. You maybe see if you can be moved around to something that would, challenge you a little bit more, so you're not so bored with work. If this has to do with an addiction, I feel like you realize things need to change, but you're just not quite there yet. And you will get there. But just let me tell you, something drastic in your life needs to change for you to realize that it needs to stop. So just be aware that, sometimes people, places, and things are taken away from you before you realize that, the way you're living is not the way you need to live. So let me get you an oracle card. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Final advice for Capricorn. We got 2. This is a time to really go within and, meditate if you need to. You're being tempted by something or someone. This is the Femme Fatale card. And I feel like this is, your addiction. You're really being tempted by it. And you may be trying to get a grip on it, but you have to find ways to cope with those temptations. And meditation may be the answer. Maybe anytime you're tempted, just try to meditate or, listen to binaurals, any frequency. Well, I wouldn't say any frequency. Try to do your research a little bit, but maybe try hypnosis therapy. Or just, AA. Either way, try to avoid those temptations in any way. Avoiding those temptations makes it quite a bit easier to get clean. If this has to do with the job situation, I would really think about what you do before you, just put in your 2 weeks or just, walk out. Really think about if you're in a place where you can afford to lose a few weeks of work. You never know how long it's going to take you to find another job. So make sure you have everything in order before you just up and quit.